Ryne Sandberg rookie card set off a treasure hunt in the summer of 1984. Last year's baseball cards, duly sorted and stashed away in a shoebox under your bed, became a treasure trove for the future when formerly unknown young players stepped into the spotlight. In the summer of 1984, the startup Chicago Cubs forced their way into the Major League sunshine and sent collectors scurrying to dust off their stashes of 1983 pasteboards in search of hidden gems, led predominantly by the Ryne Sandberg rookie card. The early 1980s had been unkind to Chicago fans, as so many seasons are, but it didn't take long to figure out that 1984 rendition of the Cubbies might be something special. While the Detroit Tigers were streaking to unprecedented early season success, the Cubs quietly put together a 12-8 record in April and never really faltered. Although the young New York Mets looked like they might upset Chicago's run to the division title, the Cubs ultimately bested Darryl Strawberry and company by 6.5 games. And though they lost the NLCS to Tony Gwynn and the San Diego Padres, the Cubs were darlings for a summer. While many players contributed to that success, it was Sandberg who captured collectors' imaginations and ultimately took home the National League MVP award. Even though he was still young at 24, Sandberg definitely qualified as a hidden gem. With 2 full seasons on the north side under his belt, Rhino had yet to crack a 300 average or 10 home runs in a season, and looked to be developing into a dependable, decent hitting middle infielder with plenty of speed. Instead, he turned on the Jets in 1984 and stepped squarely into the superstar platform, gaining an instant nationwide fan base and forcing hobbyists to drag out their 1983 cast-offs for one more pass. Here is a rundown of Ryne Sandberg rookie cards that rose to prominence right along Sandberg himself during that magical summer. Holy cow. 1983 Donruss Ryne Sandberg, number 277. For their third set, Donruss dusted off their own 1982 cards, replaced the baseball with a baseball glove, and polished up their typeface and other design elements just a smidge. Add in brighter, clearer images, and the 1983 Donruss offering was a solid, if not spectacular, addition to the annuals of cardboard collectibles. While the set didn't immediately seem to be bursting with big-name rookies, Wade Boggs' batting title in 1983 gave the issue a shot in the arm by season's end. Gwynn's and Sandberg's emergence the next summer ensured that collectors would be busting 1983 Donruss wax packs for years to come. 1983 Fleer Ryne Sandberg, number 507. After a decade of legal wrangling and 2 fairly lackluster issues since they finally won their case, Fleer was ready to step up their game in 1983. Gone were the depressing photos and bland, generic design elements that marked the 1981 and 1982 sets, replaced by a gray-beige border, team branding, and photos on the back of the cards. Like Donruss, Fleer saw some in-season action for their 1983s on the secondary market thanks to Boggs' exploits, but they really began to draw attention in 1983. A big part of that, of course, was due to Sandberg, shown bursting from the batter's box on card number 507. 1983 Topps Ryne Sandberg, number 83. Despite the strides made by their competitors in 1983, Topps remained the clear brand of choice that year. In fact, with markedly better photo quality than they had enjoyed in years, an elegant 2-photo front design, the 1983 Topps set is one of the classic looks that's continued to attract collectors over the years. It's not surprising then that the Sandberg rookie outpaced the white stock counterparts for much of the last 30 years in terms of both demand and price. As was the case through most of the hobby's glory years, the 1983 Topps set was paralleled by an O-Pee-Chee offering in Canada. Although the O-Pee-Chee set contained only 396 cards, they did manage to hit 2 of the 3 big ones in Gwynn and Sandberg, but no Boggs. 1983 Topps Stickers Ryne Sandberg, number 328. Throughout the 1980s, Topps supplemented their base offering with a sticker set that featured cards that allowed the collectors to separate the front from the back and affix their favorite players to the appropriate pages in an accompanying album. Of course, you could affix the stickers to television sets, lunchboxes, your sister's hair, or your mom's mirror, depending on how ornery and brave you felt at that moment. All those options didn't much do good for the condition of the typical Topps sticker, and neither did the flimsy paper backs, which encouraged ripping that was not necessarily limited to the packaging itself. The contents often bore the brunt of overzealous opening techniques, too. Nonetheless, a goodly number of single stickers have survived through the decades, and you can pick up a Ryne Sandberg rookie sticker for just a few dollars. 1983 Topps Reggie Smith, number 282. Reggie Smith was a fine player who crafted a 17-year career during which he smashed more than 300 home runs among his 2,000-plus hits. But as good as he was, Smith's baseball cards never garnered much attention. Well, not until astute collectors noticed a familiar-looking lad hurrying back to first base on the front of Smith's 1983 Topps baseboard, that is. That slender figure trying to avoid a running gaff was none other than Ryne Sandberg, and card number 282 has become a kind of add-on de facto Rhino rookie card. As with the real Sandberg rookie, the Smith-Sandberg combo also exists in a parallel peachy version, but seldom offered for individual purchase. Who's next? Some years, impact youngsters show their promise from the very beginning, and hobbyists gobble up their rookie cards as soon as they're issued. Every once in a while, though, a guy needs a couple of OG seasons to adjust to the big leagues and for his team to gel around him. When that happens, those cards that you stashed away in the dark corner might start to heat up, even if you aren't paying attention. They'll be waiting for you, though. There are few things more exciting as a collector than sifting through a stack of cards that you've already been through 1,000 times before, and suddenly uncovering a gem. In the summer of 1984, the Chicago Cubs and their young second baseman ignited a dust storm across the North American continent as we furiously shifted through our forgotten 1983s in search of a prized Ryne Sandberg rookie card.